here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, girl. How you doing that morning? How you doing that morning, girl? Looking real good. How was the weekend?
It was good, Shannon.
Hey, how you doing today?
What is this? The internet-fueled creation
No.
Uncle Shannon?
Why can't I celebrate? You know what the occasion is.
Who is this? I don't know who I'm talking to, Joy. We have an identity crisis across the table.
I want to know why we were so upset yesterday tweeting out that foolishness, Skip Bayless.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that foolishness.
I'm saying shh to your shh.
No, why you do that, Skip? You know that man was celebrating trying to get something with my people. Joy, me, Joy.
Oh, so I could see that you got started a little early.
Yeah, you know, a little something. You know,
Yeah.
I would share him with you, Skip, but like, I ain't gonna be able to do that.
I ask again, am I being stalked on Twitter? He claims he doesn't
follow
me,
I think you can set like a special alert.
Oh,
for when
yeah.
retweets.
That's how it goes.
I think I'm over this old Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Snoop gave you.
Hey, this thing right here, Joy, have you hiding giraffe head. What?
Speaking of hiding, are you trying to hide from me today with that camouflage?
You like that little something? Smoking jacket?
Yeah.
For the occasion. How you doing, kid? Let me get some.
Ugh.
You know, me and Brian, we were celebrating Saturday night.
All over his head. Ugh.
Me and Brian was celebrating OJT. You know, we hanging out with OJT.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I call him, OJT.
Oh, Jay's back in the circle again after dissing Janet?
Yeah.
For that?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let's get started with the Cavs. They were losing at home to the Mavericks in the fourth quarter last night, but they ended the game on a 21-6 run to pull out the win. LeBron struggled badly, going just 5 of 21 from the floor, but he still notched his 17th triple-double of the season, finishing with 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. The Cavs have now won 8 of their last 9, and LeBron sounded somewhat optimistic about their future. Let's take a listen.
When it comes down to the postseason, you know, we can be pretty good. I mean, I think so, but I mean, we don't know. I mean, listen, we lost our starting point guard last game, you know, so you know, we're trying to get everybody acclimated. Our head coaches, you know, still out, and that's going to take a little time to get back as well. So, I mean, I don't know what we're capable of doing. We haven't played a playoff game together. We got, you know, 4 guys from our championship team. You know, myself, JR, Tristan, and Kev. We got some playoff experience, but yeah, I mean, you don't know. It's a new season, so we see what happens.
Back to Kev. Shannon, what did you make of LeBron's comments?
Well, Skip, he didn't lie. And because for whatever reason, we have yet to see this team fully healthy, starting 5 ready to go, and now they have a rotation in which who's going to be the first 3 or 4 guys coming off the bench. It seems like Tristan Thompson got hurt early on, and then Kevin Love missed time. And now we got our starting point guard who's out, George Hill. So this is what we know, Skip. If the playoffs started today, who are they starting? Probably Jose Calderon, LeBron James, and Kevin Love. The 2. Who would be the other starter? And so he's saying until we get everybody back and we have our starting 5, and this is what we're going to go to battle with, and these are going to be the guys that's coming off the bench. Remember, Kyle Korver's been away for about 10 days. He's just now starting to come back. Jetty Osman, only his, second or third game back. So they've had injuries. They have yet to have an offense or a lineup that can say, okay, this is our starting lineup. And he mentioned the captain, the head coach. You know, they're missing their head coach right now, Ty Lue.
No.
Stop.
Wait, LeBron's playing.
No.
Is he healthy?
LeBron is a player.
Oh.
That's
coach
what I need you to.
No,
he's not no player coach.
Yeah,
no, he's not. Bill Russell. I think Bill Russell was the last one to be a player coach. So you need to stop this.
I think Lenny Wilkins was, but go ahead.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
So until they find out who's going to be the starting 5, who's going to be the first 3 or 4 guys off the bench, there's some cause for concern. But the thing that helps me rest, I was on last night, Joy, is I got LeBron. I got him.
That's
nobody else has him.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
As long as I got old Bron.
Yep. Does Bron have Bron? I'm starting to wonder. I don't get this.
What don't you get?
We can be pretty good, I think.
Yeah. What you want him to say?
After what's happened in the East, the decimation that's gone on all around LeBron.
They've been decimated too.
They have not been decimated. Everybody's going to be back. George Hill sprained his ankle. He's going to be okay.
If
Ty
Joel
Lue
Embiid
is back with the team. He's just not serving as the head coach.
Is Joel Embiid, will he come back?
I don't know.
Kyrie Irving
that
come
was
back?
a serious surgery that he went through.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
I had it.
Oh, well.
I was out 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, 3, 4. He's a basketball player. You're a football player. You know how that goes.
Yeah. So you trying to say Embiid tougher than I am?
I'm not sure he's going to rush back in 3 weeks. It could be 4 weeks. It could be one round of the playoffs, which could be the round of the playoffs for the Sixers. They could get eliminated in the first round without Embiid. And the Celtics are genuinely decimated because they do not have Kyrie, who had a pretty serious knee surgery, and it could be 3 to 6 weeks. He could miss at least a round of the playoffs.
Did you see all these teams they beat? They beat the Thunder. They beat the Jazz, who you love in the West. They beat Toronto. They smoking folks, even without Kyrie. So they looking pretty good to me, Skip.
You getting scared?
Scared of what?
Scared of Kyrie coming back.
You notice who I said they beat? I didn't mention that team in the Midwest, did I?
Okay. No,
okay.
You did not.
Okay.
No, Marcus Smart, who is arguably their best perimeter defender, coming off the bench even. He's just a force off the bench. And you don't like me to bring up Daniel Tice, but he was a real factor in the rotation. He's gone for the year. They have had huge injuries. They're still a really good basketball team, especially in the Eastern Conference. But this should be a cakewalk for LeBron James. And I'm just offended by him saying, we could be pretty good, I think. You think? So wait, 1 second, you're telling us that you're playing at the highest level ever. Isn't that what he said last week?
He is.
Highest level ever.
He is, but it's not an individual sport. It is a team sport.
Who's the best player on the planet?
You know who it is.
Yeah,
Goes without question.
Okay, so if it's without question, and he's in the Eastern Conference, and there's no Kyrie and no Embiid, what do you think's going to happen in the postseason? And don't bring me Toronto, as you call them, the baby dinosaurs, because we recently saw that as soon as they step on the floor with that beast in the East, that guy born December 30th, 1984 in Akron, Ohio, right?
Them dimes. He's letting them die.
Yeah. Baby dinosaurs is what they turned back into. So I give them no shot against Cleveland. And so here's the greatest self-promoter in the history of basketball, LeBron James. As Steven Jackson here on Undisputed has said many times, he's the only superstar who has to tell you how great he is. So he's constantly telling us how great.
No, he needs you to tell him.
Oh, okay. So he's constantly, somebody's having to say how great he is, yet he won't say how great his team is. And you know why, and I know why, because he does not want to heap that pressure on himself going into the postseason. Because he doesn't want to have to live up to a team that should be the prohibitive favorite in the East, because that's pressure. That's team pressure that falls back on the best player on the planet's shoulders. You know it and I know it, but that's just vintage LeBron.
First of all, Gloria James put pressure on LeBron James when she gave him that very unique name. No other LeBron James currently exists in the world, not that I know of. So that was the pressure. Being on Sports Illustrated at 16 or 17, that's more pressure. Coming straight out of high school.
So just say it. We should be favored to win the East. He always talks about himself being the best, so why wouldn't he say his team is the best?
But he plays a team sport.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, so let me get this right.
So, wait, is he suggesting he still doesn't have enough help? Is that where we're going?
You know what I mean, Joe?
Do we have a built-in excuse here? I just want to know. Help me out.
If you don't mind me asking, who is the best player in football this year? That'd be one Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why he didn't win the Super Bowl? The best player. If the best player that plays a team sport, he got to bring them home, Skip.
How many players start in football?
I don't know.
22 plus a punter and a kicker.
You told me
24.
You told me he's it didn't come down to a field goal kick. It didn't come down. You told me he threw for the most yards in playoff history.
5 on 5.
No, you told me the best player. It's a team sport.
Well,
the best player on a team sport should always bring them home.
If he could have played defense or he could have coached the defense,
Well,
I think they may have gotten home.
They'd have lost by 45.
Yeah, he would have played Malcolm Butler.
How about this here? He had a chance to play receiver. How'd he do it that, Joey? Oh, you remember that one? You know, whoa. How he fumbled that ball. And first of all, and you keep mentioning Marcus Smart.
He threw for a playoff record 505 yards.
And then after the game,
he was the MVP of the league.
And after the game, he came to my restaurant, had a cigar and a hot ale. That's what he had at my restaurant. And I'm tired.
Wait, do you know how many times LeBron has come to your restaurant and you have refused him service?
No,
5 times you have refused him service.
Wait a second.
That's ugly.
Why do you keep on mentioning Marcus Smart? Who is Marcus? I mean, come on, Skip. He's a role player.
See what he did to James Harden that night? Remember that early season?
You remember what he
terrorized him.
Do you remember what LeBron did to him last year playoff? They could have Marcus Smart. They could have Maxwell Smart. I went to college with a guy named Tim Smart. Go get him. He's a longshoreman. It doesn't matter. The Celtics don't want to see them. So you need to go ahead and give LeBron his credit. Like he had as Joy mentioned in the reads, he had a terrible night shooting the ball. But that's what happened when you're on stage singing suit and tie with old JT all night having shots. You see him come up on the stage, JT have another. Just dragging them shot him and Mav had a good old time. Because he knew what Mavs ain't nobody.
I'm impressed because LeBron finally figured out that he should have focused on triple doubles a long time ago.
Don't stop it.
Well, look what he's doing. All of a sudden, he had 13 last year because Russ suddenly made it a thing. Like no one thought about triple doubles until a year ago when Russell Westbrook won the MVP by averaging a triple double. Am I right?
You know what, Skip? I was not going to even bring up that, but I'm glad you did. Yeah. Do you know that Russell Westbrook, his first 3 years, when he played with James Harden, you know how many triple doubles he had?
I think you're about to make my case. He discovered it. Russ realized, wait a second, I can win the MVP if I just average a triple-double. Yeah, but by the way, he's almost averaging one right now.
But what didn't he have? When you remove James Harden, you remove Kevin Durant. Yeah. So you remove guys that can score, that can take the ball out of your hands, that can also assist the basketball. Yeah. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka can also rebound the ball. So now Russell Westbrook realizes it's basically just me. Do it. You Lieutenant Weinberg, Russell had a great responsibility, Skip Bayless. So LeBron James is saying, with no Tristan, with no Kevin Love, who's going to get the rebound? Zizic?
Is this team better than LeBron's team the first go-round in Cleveland? You always tell me it's like a bunch of G leaders.
For the fact they got Kevin Love. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know? Well, I think Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. and JR, I think they're way better than they were the first round, right?
Again, you're counting on guys, with the exception of Kevin Love, most of these guys have been role players. They come in, they provide a role. Now you're asking role players to play heavy minutes, to make major contributions on a team that's expected to get to and win the NBA Finals. That's what the expectations are when you play alongside LeBron James.
So, LeBron's first 7 years in Cleveland.
Yes.
He was really good, right?
Yeah.
You thought he was the best player or so? 2 or 3?
No, I give like 3 a year. He made after that.
So he was there for 7 total years, and he had a grand total of 28 triple-doubles in 7 years. That's an average of 4 a year. Then last year, when he discovered that the world loves triple-doubles, all of a sudden he had 13, and now he's got 17. He's climbing up the all-time list. He's past Larry Bird. He's all the way up to 6th, and he's going to get Wilt. He might get him sooner than later. He's 72 to 78 for Wilt.
Might get old Wilt. Yeah. But you pass Wilt, you pass Wilt on anything.
If you pass Wilt, you might as well pass MJ, right? That's what we'll hear. That's what I'll hear.
Hold on, Skip.
Right?
Skip.
So what has happened here? In Miami, he didn't need to
no, because he had D-Wade. Yeah, so he had Chris Bosh.
4 years in Miami, and he had 9 total triple-doubles in Miami. And then he only had 2 the first year back in Cleveland when he went home.
Had Kyrie, Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson.
And 3 the title year, he had 3 total, 82 games, 3 total triple-doubles. All of a sudden, boom, 13 last year. That was with Kyrie. I don't know what happened. Russ was doing it. He said, aha, the world loves triple-doubles. I got to refocus. I got to recalculate here.
But you say that, but Russell Westbrook's first 6 years in the NBA, he had 8 triple-doubles.
He discovered it last year. I told you he did. Okay. And I also predicted on this show he would average a triple-double.
You do realize Kevin Durant's last year in OKC, Russell Westbrook had 18 triple-doubles. That might be a reason why Kevin Durant left. Maybe he realized that Russ was more concerned with, as you like to say, padding stats or stuffing the stat sheet than winning, so he hightailed it out of there. But Russ also realized in order for us to win, not only do I need to score, let's throw the scoring aside. I need to rebound the basketball. I need to put guys in position to score easy buckets because I don't have anybody that can take somebody off the dribble. Victor Oladipo looks like a different guy, but he has the ball in his hands a lot more in Indy than he did in OKC. So
I don't know why in those first 7 Cleveland years he should have averaged triple-doubles every year.
Well, why
he didn't have any help.
Well, why didn't Russell Westbrook average it? Why in his first 6 years he only had 8?
How are we putting Russell Westbrook in the same sentence with a 6'9", 280-pound LeBron James?
He's not 280, Skip.
All right. He was. At one point, he was 280.
We can neither
Maybe in
confirm
some
nor
of these
deny
years,
this.
280.
There's nothing to confirm or deny.
No.
I'm just going by what he's told me.
I'm just saying.
He was 255.
He was an all-time terror playing at an even higher level.
What you mean he was?
He was.
What you mean was?
Just physically, he was more of a terror than, because now he doesn't play any defense. So it's all offense now. That's fine.
If you were an English major in Vanderbilt, right?
310th in defensive win shares.
Weren't you English major?
Yeah.
So was is what? Past tense. You said he was a terror, meaning that he's no longer is. I need you to use present tense. He is.
Who do you think was more physically gifted? Who was better overall? That first LeBron or this LeBron in year 15?
I mean, I can't tell the difference.
Remember that 48-point game against Detroit?
I mean, you know, I'm looking at old photos of Amon when she was modeling on Ebony magazine and Vogue. I can't tell the difference when she was 28 or when she was 62 now. So when you look at LeBron James as a 25-year-old and LeBron James as a 33-year-old, you can't tell the difference. He's standing on top a little bit, but that's okay. That happens sometime from time to time. There ain't nothing to get all upset about. He's still giving folk the business.
Yeah. So now to what I'm most offended about so far on this show is you celebrating as we opened the show, and I believe you were celebrating.
What I'm celebrating?
800 and what's he up to?
68.
68.
Yeah.
But really, it was 67 that passed Michael Jordan on Friday night against Anthony Davis and the Pelicans in LeBron's house. 867 past Michael Jordan. Can you please explain to me how you can put any stock in that, please? Because you can't put any stock in it.
So why they have
thoroughly, as I tweeted, it's thoroughly unimpressive.
First of all, Skip, well, then why did Michael Jordan have it? If the records are unimportant, we don't need to catalog them.
It was never a record. Nobody even knew what it was until some obscure statistician seized upon it. Some blind witness LeBron lover seized upon it last week as, aha, here it is. This is why LeBron better than Michael.
And you know what?
How?
You know what, Joey? And we're going to let it go back to being obscure. But you know who's first on that obscure list of the most consecutive games with at least 10 points or more? LeBron James. I don't want to mention it anymore.
Okay.
And see, Skip, you can't say, well, if he had played. This is what we know. He took a year and a half off. He took 2.5 more years off.
He took a year and 3/4 off the first time.
Year and 3/4.
Yeah. Missed 65 games out of 82.
Skip.
The second year.
And this is what happens when you play sport. I guarantee you, who thought UConn women would not only would not win the national championship?
Yeah.
Funny things can happen, Skip. There are a lot of guys. You can get attacked. You can twist the ankle. You can get poked in the eye in the first quarter. But see, this is not a games played. Because a lot of games, the guys control out there and say, oh, man, that joker done like AC Green. Played all those games. LeBron not only played all those games, Skip, but he's been very, very exemplary in all of those games.
Okay. So here's the point for all you blind witnesses out there. Michael Jordan, in the prime of his career, was forced to take a sabbatical for 1 full year plus 65 games of the next year. That's 82 plus 65. That's a lot of games right there in your prime. Would he have scored 10-plus points in all those games? I think he would have. Since he averaged 30 a game, I'm pretty sure he would have.
No, Skip, but hold on. Do you realize that Wilt Chamberlain also averaged 30 points a game, and he had 30 games in which he didn't score double figures?
Michael played 82 full games in a season.
Yeah.
What was it, like 8 or 9 times his career?
Yeah,
So
I commend him.
Okay, so then Michael willingly chose to go into early retirement because his coach got run out of Chicago by the two Jerrys, Reinsdorf and Krause, and he took off his age 35, 36, and 37 years, which were his 14th, 15th, and 16th years. So now LeBron's in his 15th. So Michael missed 14, 15, and 16. He chose to do it just out of protest.
So we're going to hold that against Skip. If it's so, let me ask you a question.
And wait, let me finish this, because the 3 previous years to the 3 that he willingly chose to just retire prematurely, he led the NBA in scoring and played 82 games in all 3 of those, and that would be the 96, 97, and 98 seasons. 82 games and led the league in scoring. What do you think would have happened in the next 3 seasons? He would have scored 10-plus points a game, for 82, 82, and 82 more. That's what would have happened.
No,
So
that's
he would have gotten up to
That's
around.
speculation.
That's not speculation.
Yes, it is,
It's just
Skip.
what it would have been.
No, it
It's
wouldn't.
just what it's
Skip, how can
what
we
history would
can't-
tell you.
Skip, we can't
He'd be-
definitively say that.
He'd be 1,200 now, and I would be laughing at your 868 or whatever it is.
He would be, but he's not. That's LeBron's obscure record.
is that-
I don't even want to talk about
Okay,
868
okay,
because it's meaningless.
Okay, is it?
But Bron got it.
Is it any reason to say
Yes.
that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan? How? Help me out. Give me some logic
That's
here.
not what we're talking about at this time. There'll be a time and a place that you and I will be able to sit back and we'll just discuss LeBron and Michael. But right now,
I'm discussing it right now.
the record, LeBron has the record. Now, you can be all upset and sling snot over there and crying like a little 3-year-old that didn't get Easter eggs.
Okay.
But LeBron got that obscure record. Now, you need to suck it up.
Thank you.
Skip.
You just call it obscure because it's not even a record. It's just some kind of a mark.
You think Bron care about that? His name ain't it, though.
Yeah, he cares a lot about
No, he
it.
don't.
Didn't he tweet about it? Or-
But you know what? This is what I want people to understand. If that record is so easy, why didn't Larry Bird score double figures in every single point? Why hasn't Kevin Durant scored double figures? Some of the greatest scores, from George Gervin to Alex English, some of the greatest scores of all
You
time.
can't put any of them in the same sentence with Michael Jeffrey Jordan. That's why.
Well, you can't put Michael Jordan in the same sentence as LeBron because he done passed him. He done run past him. So all the fastest men in the world have to take a back seat to one Usain Bolt. So Michael Jordan, when it comes to this category right here, you got to take a back seat. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you still in the car.
Shannon,
You just ain't
it
driving
is
no more.
okay. The only number that matters is 6-0 with 6 MVPs, and that's Michael's record in the NBA Finals. The only record that matters for your guy is 3-5 in the NBA Finals.
And Michael can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
We can add, or we can add to the win column. We can add to the loss column. This is what we know. And what burns you up is that he's still going strong. He shows no sign of slowing down.
No, he doesn't, except on defense.
No,
He
no,
doesn't
no,
play
no.
defense
Good,
anymore.
good. Neither does James Harden. Neither does Dame Lillard. Neither does Russ Westbrook. So, and I don't hear nobody talk about, oh, they don't play. Don't worry about that. He has more important. He has bigger fish to fry right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Spurs play defense.
Spurs.
They're number one defense in basketball.
Well, how about the Spurs
Yep.
players led by Tony Parker and their head coach? We're going to talk about this later. Stop trying to guilt Kawhi. Oh, whenever his team says he's going to
They're
be
not
ready to
trying
play.
guilt him.
Yeah, they are.
They're just cutting the cord.
Cut it.
See you later.
Cut it. I bet they offer him max contract this summer.
No, I hope not.
Yeah,
I'm done.
You can be done all you
I'm
want.
out.
Yeah.
Trade him for LeBron.
LeBron, no, you better stop. Bron, I'm celebrating this moment, me and Bron.
Yep.
So we got something up our sleeve. Wait
Yep.
till you see it, Skip.
Yeah, LeBron needs to moonwalk to the Riverwalk.
No, hold on. You want LeBron now.
Well, you can have Kawhi. I got to get
Wait,
rid of
so,
Kawhi.
oh, you're celebrating LeBron shooting 5 for 21?
Oh, it happens sometimes. Hold on. Even
He got his trip done,
Joy.
right?
Hold on.
You're just trying to start everybody off on Monday on a
Okay, he's
high
5
note?
or 21. Even an alley cat will find a whole chicken in the trash. Even your brother has burnt something, dumped it in the trash. Alley cat come along like, wow, what a nice meal to him. So everybody, even the greatest chef.
It happens?
Yeah, it happens.
John Gruden is making big changes in Oakland, but will it work? We'll
Good
discuss that next.
happen right here, too.